Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. We got a fantastic show lined up for you today. Big one here. The 2025 college baseball season. Even though it's officially began about a month ago, it begins today. All right, we get it going. Conference play starts this weekend across the country, but got some big ones going on today. It gets real. Plus, conference basketball tournaments, the NBA, we don't know what they're doing, but they're having fun doing it, I guess. Not as much fun betting on it, but before we look forward, as always, we have to look back. And here's how we did. Okay, so Luka Doncic, you're going in the Duke baseball category. I love you, buddy, but you're killing me. I'm trying to have support. You're killing me, my man. You're killing me. All right. Yeah, Luka doesn't hit. Youngstown State, that was gross. That was ugly. But we do get San Francisco Gonzaga about to score 70-plus points. That one was nice. And then Jimmy Butler went off last night in terms of rebounds and assists. I think he had 10 of each. So it was nice, man. Yeah, the Warriors, like when they have those nights where there's going to be a lot of shots put up, which is almost always, like, yeah, Jimmy Butler's going to be in a good spot. Liddy says it best. Luka assists. You're right. Like, you guys have been spot on with that, man, for sure. Luka assists is where it's going to be. Big Tony says Luka and Duke. Sounds like the Duke's a hazard. Luka Duke. All right, that was a terrible joke. All right, so my man, everybody said, AB, my brother, today is one of my favorite times of year. Absolutely, man. We're getting into it, especially after the last couple of weeks. Like, we've had, like, really just kind of boring, like, sports days. You know what I mean? Like, once football's here, but baseball is not fully here. Yeah, man. It's odd, but it's going to be solid. Matty boy, good to see you, buddy. Glad you punched it in. Was good indeed. All right, going to get to it. So that's what we have now. Join the Discord, scan it. It's free. We just talked about all the sports that are going on, not only live betting, but everything else. I mean, essentially, you have the entire show, crew, group, everything together. All right, anytime that you want it. Scan that QR code. Again, it is free, and it's a ton of fun. Definitely makes your sports betting better. Tonight, crew exclusive. All right, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk about, number one, new things coming for the show, for the brand. Number two, all right, we're going to talk about some live betting opportunities, especially in college baseball and basketball, and so much more. So if you want to be a part of that, look at the description right now. I think it's like 6 cents a day or something. You can't beat it, man. $5 a month, man. Go and join that. And like I said, talk about all kinds of things. And bring your Q&A. You want to talk about your own brand? You want to talk about how YouTube algorithms work? Anything, man. We'll break it down. We're going to have a ton of fun. And then Wednesday, all right, 8 p.m. Eastern, the Overs Week 5 edition coming at you. Me and TJ Parker going to get after it, man. Big, massive weekend in college baseball. So we're going to have a ton of fun. But what we're also going to have a ton of fun with right now are the picks. Let's get it. Okay, so here's what we got. We got 4 plays. Aaron, I got a question. I've always wondered how I can scan a QR code that's on my phone that I'm watching. All right, number one, okay, what you could do is there's apps that you can download for that. Number two, you can look inside your camera while you're looking at it, and it can scan for you. Depends on the phone that you have, right? But there are ways to do it for sure. Or you just pull it up on a computer or something. I guess that's easy to do. Yeah. Or you could just click the link in the show description. It'll get you there. Discord will get you on there too. All right. So we've got 4 plays here. Okay. Now, like I said, the books do not give us college baseball totals until the afternoon. So we can't fully hit after it. Okay. But here's what we got. All right. I'm going to put this up here because my man, Zach, check the announcement channel in Discord. Join it. Indeed. Make sure to join that one. We got some awesome prizes. We got all kinds of fun stuff, man. Absolutely. And it is free, as Zach said. Okay. Wake Forest baseball, money line. Big one today. Okay. I think that they can handle Coastal, but it's going to be a fun game. All right. We're going to take Wake Forest. And look at these prices. When's the last time you saw Wake Forest money line minus 115? Okay. So we're going to play Wake Forest there. All right, we are going to play Oregon money line baseball, Ole Miss money line baseball, okay? Now, Oregon, I'm not too terribly concerned, knock on wood. Ole Miss has got a decent little game here, but I do think they can handle their business. TJ says synergy this morning. Yep, with the same parlay together. There we go. I like it, man. I like it. All right. Got those in baseball. But again, we're going to have a ton more at 3 p.m. Eastern today on Driving the Nightline. Now, college basketball. Okay. Pittsburgh, Notre Dame, over 137.5. I look at this one, not the same as San Francisco Gonzaga last night. Like, I don't think it's going to be that high scoring, but I think that we're going to get points. I think that we're going to get close to 150 in this one. So I'm going to roll with over 137.5. And then finally, okay, Florida State basketball. Take it on Syracuse. Understand, Florida State's coach is retiring after this season. After this season could be tonight. I don't think that it is. I think that Florida State is going to get after it here and play for their man, big Leonard Hamilton. All right. I don't think that they're going to go in one and done, especially against a Syracuse team that they have already handled here before. All right. And here's another thing. I was looking at the total in this one because, quite honestly, like Florida State, unless they win the conference tournament, they're not going to the NCAA tournament, right? So I think it's going to be run and gun. Like I like why turn this into 4-quarter deep or 4-quarter offense, right, against a full man press defense, right? I don't think we're going to see that. But 151.5, 152.5, that's a big number. I'm going to take Florida State minus 2.5. I think they can handle their business for their guy. They want to get one more game with him. That's probably as far as I'm going to take them, but I do think they can do it. If you want to play it on the money line, I certainly understand that. Now, all right, got some comments in the chat. Like TJ says, like Florida State today over Florida in baseball. All right. And then we also have, let's see, my man Jeremy says Arizona beats Arizona State baseball. You know what's funny? Man, it's weird. Hold on. Oh, we're getting some breaking news. All right, hold on one second. That was the absolute worst joke of all time that I've ever told, but I just wanted to play that video. Let's get into some weather, okay, and break it down. Now, I added more teams to our weather map. I will drop this in Discord as soon as the show is over, okay? What you're seeing, and I know that it looks like a ton of just arrows and squares, okay? Those arrows are where each stadium is facing, all right? Home plate to center field. I'll put this in the Discord. I'll tweet it out. You can have all of it. All right. I went through and literally the direction of every stadium. Okay. Now, that being said, let's get into our weather report for today because it is important. Now, there's a top 25 games that we have. And let me pull this up full screen real quick so you can see. All right. Watch out for that ETSU Georgia game. ETSU second in the country in home runs. There's going to be a lot of them. You got Liberty, Clemson. All right. You've got Ole Miss, South Alabama, Virginia, Maryland. All right. North Carolina, UNC Dub, Wake Forest, Coastal Carolina. Look at that. 7-6. Florida, Florida State. All right. Got some big ones going on here. Keep an eye on that total for Prairie View, Texas A&M as well. We could keep going tonight. Again, Alabama, UAB. We've got 25 Oklahoma State at number 21 Dallas Baptist. Dude, we got games all over the place. Grand Canyon, Oregon. It is a huge, huge game tonight, okay? Or huge games tonight. So I say this, okay? We'll pull this back up, but what I need you to do is get your eyes adjusted to what you see right here, okay? It is a very bright graphic that we have in front of you. Just get your eyes adjusted to it, see it. This is wind, okay? These are the wind patterns that we have for today, all right? At the bottom left, you can see the scale, all right? Here is what you need to know, okay? The two biggest places that you have wind, all right, today. You can see it right down there for that Arizona State at Arizona game. 17-mile-an-hour winds blowing to the northeast, okay? Then look in Dallas, all right? 12-mile-an-hour winds blowing north. Why do I say all that? Okay. Why do we bring those and highlight those up? Remember those two right there, because we do it for this. Look at Arizona, absolutely facing the opposite direction, all right, of the wind today. We're going to get to more of that in a minute, but understand the wind is blowing in for that Arizona State Arizona game. Now, on the opposite side, okay, you see, look at this. All right, 12-mile-an-hour winds blowing. All right, north. What do we see here on here? All right, Dallas Baptist, also Texas State right there, Texas A&M, Texas. All the wind is blowing in that direction. TCU is not at home in terms of worrying about that one. But again, what I just want you to do is get adjusted to that. So those are two largest wind patterns. Now, take a look at humidity. And why does humidity matter? Okay. You see the orange here and you think that's high humidity. No, 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 no. That's dry air. Okay. Look at these 5 spots that we have. Oregon, all right, 68% humidity. That's big. LA, 87% humidity. But look at that Arizona. All right. Arizona State at Arizona. Not only, and I'll pull myself on screen here, not only is the wind blowing in, all right, on the stadium, it is 13% humidity. It is dry air. And why does that matter? Okay. When you have high humidity, you see 68%, you see 87% in Los Angeles. Okay. That means that you have 80%, 87%. All right. Water in the air, all right, is thinner than nitrogen and oxygen, meaning the more humidity that you have, the further that the ball could travel. It's less air that the ball has to travel through. You see what I'm saying? All right. So what you want to remember, every 10% increase in humidity above 55% results in roughly an additional 10 to 15 feet of carry for a baseball when it is hit. That's why when you see 13%, all right, dry air, not much, moisture that's in the air, it's harder for the ball to travel. Couple that in with the wind blowing in, that could be difficult. Now, I'm not saying don't play it in terms of overs or anything because college baseball is crazy, but this is why. You remember the other day we went after that Fresno State TCU? It was crazy high humidity and the wind was blowing out, right? So that's what we look at in terms of weather and using that map. LA, we're going to talk about that in a second. 87%, 13% there. All right, 53%. We're just talking about right there in Dallas. Nice. That's a good number for this time of year. And then Columbus, all right, 68% humidity up there in Ohio. All right, so that's humidity. And then finally, the last that we check, all right, precipitation, dry across the country in terms of rains and storms, except in Los Angeles. Now, here's the deal. If it storms and rains tonight in LA for the games, right? USC, Cal State Fullerton, UCLA, they're playing at home. All right. It's high humidity, but the rain could kill everything. However, if it does not rain, the humidity will go even further up. And we just talked about that. All right. It could go up beyond 87%. And then you have a massive hitting that is going to be in that area. I hate jumping back around to the map, but again, you see it blowing with the wind and humidity. You just have to watch that rain. But if that rain doesn't come, mash fests out in LA tonight. Perfect conditions that you want. So like we said, not much precipitation. There you go. So anyways, all right, I'm sure that I have made people say, what in the hell are we doing this for? Why are we doing this? Why is this applesauce brain giving me the weather? Because this. All right, right there. Well, no, not that. Right here. Okay, here's how we're going to attack the books. Okay, because we don't have totals, but we will this afternoon. Favorable hitting condition games. Keep an eye on these totals as soon as they drop. TCU, Texas State. Like I said, TCU. All right. If it were playing at TCU Stadium, we wouldn't be doing it because the wind is blowing not in the right direction. But Texas State faces northeast. Great hitting conditions there. We have wind and humidity in our favor. Oklahoma State, Dallas Baptist. Again, we go back to our map. All right. You see Dallas Baptist right here to the right of TCU blowing in our direction. And we have wind and the humidity with it. Great spot to be in that game. Virginia and Maryland. I'm going to talk more about Maryland here in a second. But again, you've got really nice conditions there. Now, questionable. These don't mean don't play totals. Okay. Arizona State, Arizona. We just talked about it. All right. Stadium facing different direction. Could be trouble, especially low humidity as well. UC Irvine, UCLA. Be careful. If it rains, you could be in trouble. If it doesn't rain, this game will be in the 20s. Same thing with USC, Cal State, Florida. If it doesn't rain. Liddy, keep us updated. All right. We need that. Keep us updated there. That's what we need. Okay. Now, these are the games. So we don't have totals yet. But when we do, if they're low, smash them. My guess, that Virginia Maryland's going to be high. I think all three of these are going to be high. But TCU, Texas State, we could find gold there. All right. We saw a couple over the weekend that we used that were 9.5s, 10.5s, that both teams would hit that. Okay. So that's where we want to be. Keep an eye on these right here. And if you want to join the Discord, we put these in the chat after every show. Also, put up this right here, our picks. In case you're coming in afterward, get the picks right here. Remember this as well, though. Every 10% increase in humidity above 55% results in roughly an additional 10 to 15 feet of carry of a baseball when hit. So if you're wondering why we play humidity, why we look at those, that is why. Okay, so that is our weather report there. But we got more we need to talk about too. Okay, again, we got the picks right there on the screen. You can see them. What we also need to do and take a look at is the NFL, man. It never stops. Let's get to the headlines here. All right, so let's get our free agency going here. And it can be difficult to keep up with, okay? So what we're going to do is we started our chart of the positions, basically quarterback, running back, wide receivers. Now, there are others. We'll talk about them, and we're going to have some nice folks come on this week and break it down even more, okay? But I want to get our list started of where these guys are. We talked about it yesterday. Justin Fields, all right? And the Pittsburgh Steelers, that it made sense that Russell Wilson would be their guy. Well, after the show, Justin Fields signed a 2-year, $40 million deal with the New York Jets. But you take a look at the quarterbacks below. All right, Darnold signed with the Seahawks, 3 years, $100 million. So we got Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Jameis, Daniel Jones, Jacoby Brissett, my boy Marcus Mariota, Mason Rudolph, Joe Flacco, and McCorkle Jones down there. All right, so we'll keep an eye on that. But if you have any thoughts, drop them in the chat here in regards to quarterbacks, but I want to get to the other positions as well. So this is kind of our working chart of what we have so that we all know at the same time, all right, who signed where, and who's still available. You know what I mean? So those are the quarterbacks here. Running back. Okay, Aaron Jones re-signed with the Vikings, 2 years, $20 million. Najee Harris signs with the Chargers, 1 year, up to $9.25 million. J.K. Dobbins, Nick Chubb, Javonte Williams signed with the Cowboys, 1 year, $3 million. Cowboys needed somebody up there running the football. Rico Dowdle, Kareem Hunt, Gus Edwards, and the 49ers yesterday released Kyle Juszczyk, their fullback. We'll see where those guys go. So that's where we sit in regards to running backs here. List is okay. I mean, it's not, if Nick Chubb were healthy, like, dude, that'd be massive. You know what I mean? But yeah, that one's tough. Now, let me pull this full screen because it's tough to see. And we have 2 slides of these. So, all right. Godwin re-signed with the Bucks. Devontae Adams signed with the Rams. Talked about that. Marquise Brown signed with the Chiefs. Darius Slayton re-signed with the Giants. My man Joshua Palmer went for the Chargers to the Bills. Look at the guys that we have. Amari Cooper, all right? Stephon Diggs, DeAndre Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson, Mike Williams, Elijah Moore, McCole Hardman MVS. Let me pull this off here real quick. And Brandon Cooks. So those are the wide receivers that are still available. And then there's a whole nother list. Now, I wanted to bring this part up real quick, and I'll pull myself. That top name right there, Nick Westbrook-Akine. All right. From the Titans. White boy can catch. I'm just telling you right now. He's not super exciting. Most people have no idea who this guy is whatsoever. He can catch. This dude can get it up. Now, yeah, look, Maddie, I said underwhelming ass free agency. It is. Like it is. It's not huge. You know what I mean? And I've got a feeling the draft's gonna kind of be that same way. Like, I don't know if we're gonna have a super exciting draft, but all right. Nick Westbrook-Akine, Noah Brown, Tyler Boyd's out there, Juju, Nelson Aguilar, Van Jefferson, Olamide Zacchaeus, Zay Jones, Justin Watson, Tim Patrick, Tyler Johnson, Robert Woods, and Tyler Lockett. Yep, Big Kirk, exactly. Yep, Nick Westbrook-Akine from Indiana. Dude, tell him. Let him know. Dude, Nick Westbrook-Akine can play. I'm telling you, he can play. You put him on a good team, right? Like, he'll catch a million footballs, man. Like, he's solid. He's solid for sure. Now, all right. Somebody had asked up at the top in regards to Kansas and Minnesota baseball tonight. Kansas is like 14-1. Let me pull this off here. Kansas is like 14-1. They're a good baseball team. Minnesota is solid as well. Like, keep an eye on that total. All right. We don't have any big weather, like, regardless, like, either way, but keep an eye on that one, man. Like, those two teams can rake. And you might not have massive pitching used against each other. That could, like, if it depends on the total that we get. But if we get a decent total in that game, you could see a really nice over. You really could. So, yeah, like, it's hard it's hard not to choose, like, in terms of betting. It's hard not to bet Kansas. It's hard not to bet them. But I'm telling you, Minnesota's not a bad baseball team. I think Minnesota, they're like plus, I think like plus 125 on the money line. I don't have it in front of me. I was looking at it like an hour ago. Minnesota can hit. They can hit, man. Like, we just saw a series. We talked about it on the Over Show. Them and Purdue. Dude, they can hit. Adam, my man. Very kind of you, brother. Hope you have a good day. Just for that or not. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Yeah. I don't know what the total is. It's gonna be difficult, but keep an eye on that one. All right. So we've got weather, we've got our NFL free agency. Man, let's get to our list. We got to get to it because we got a lot of stuff going on tonight. We need to kind of organize ourselves in regards to betting it. Okay, so here we go. And my man Byron, we know the fantasy football world. All Nick Westbrook-Akine does it. I'm telling you, man, it's 100%. Dude, Byron's 100% right. Right. For sure. I don't know why the thing just muted itself, man. I think I hit the button here. It fixed that microphone. All right, that should sound better. Okay, sorry. All right, yeah. Westbrook-Akine does catch a lot of touchdowns, man. All right, so here's our list. And again, anybody that's brand new, what we do is, man, we have our bets, right? But we also have, picks that we looked at. We haven't necessarily gone with it. Maybe we don't know in our heads, right? Like, I see in the chat right here talking about Florida State baseball. I think Florida State is what, minus 170? Dude, Florida's top 10 team too. You know what I mean? So just like that, right? We have time. We'll be live at 3 p.m. Eastern. So this is kind of our list to work through today. Let me know what you think. It's all of us together. You know what I mean? So, all right, the picks. Robert Morris minus 3.5. Let me get a drink. So we played Robert Morris. Like, we had him as a parlay piece last night. They smoked him. Look good. Robert Morris might be our team here to ride for a couple days. I don't know. -3.5. Let me know what you think. Like, if anybody out there is super familiar with Robert Morris, or you've been looking at it as well, give me your thoughts. And again, you could drop it in here in the chat. You could drop it after the show. You can wait till 3 p.m. Eastern. All right, for Driving the Nightline. But I don't know, man. Robert Morris might be something we could steal a little money from. Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech. +3.5. Virginia Tech could win this game outright. But, man, I don't know. Virginia Tech scares me. This feels like one of those to where everything points in that direction, and then we bet it, and they just get their asses tuned up. I don't know. They're a good basketball team. Yeah. See, and look, Jeremy, 100% exactly why we do this. Exactly why we do this, right? So we'll jump down to the pieces here. We see Gonzaga money line up against St. Mary's. 100% why we do it, for what you just said right there. Like, we know that there's going to be a bunch of points, right? Do we trust Gonzaga money line in a parlay, or do we just avoid it? Like, I think Jeremy's absolutely correct. It is risky. It's -175 for a parlay piece. It's not bad, but I mean, gotta win. Like, I don't know, but Jeremy, that's exactly why we do it, right? So there we go, right there. All right, Zach Phelps says Vermont money line, great parlay. Okay. All right. The other parlay piece, Georgia Tech. All right, facing off against Georgia State baseball today. Georgia Tech's a pretty good baseball team. -280 is a big number. Like, Georgia Tech in baseball is Georgia Tech in football. They could come up and whoop you. Play good, solid, fundamental baseball, right? But they also lose at any moment. So I think that both of these parlay pieces are pretty risky. So let me know, like, through the day. Like, bring it to 3 p.m. Eastern, because there's probably less risky parlay pieces here that are probably an even better juice, right? So, yeah. But then again, Georgia Tech's a pretty good baseball team. All right, props. Zion Williamson over 6.5 rebounds, -105. This one's been pretty safe. He's generally around, he's around that number, and if he plays his average normal in minutes, he gets opportunities. It's tough to trust that team, but he generally gets the opportunities on the court. Donovan Mitchell over 3.5 threes. It's written Donovan Mitchell 4 + 3s +135. Honestly, like, this one comes down to, like, if the Cavs just don't blow them out, right? Like, you have the risk of him sitting in the fourth quarter, and 4 threes is just enough to where you could get stuck at 3. He could have a good game and get stuck at 3, right? But I mean, the dude is lethal, and you're gonna have your opportunities. Like, he can fire off. My man Curtis said a bit behind, but Cal played a 4 overtime game on Saturday. Yeah, see, I'm with you, man. Like, I'm with you. Like, I think that I think Virginia Tech's an opportunity to make money today. They are, like, they're a tough out, because they don't commit a lot of errors. They don't strike out. Look, like, they hit the ball, field the ball. Those are tough teams to beat, right? But the minute that you're all in, they just score nothing. You know what I mean? Like, they're one of those teams. NC State was like that for me for a while. That was a team that went to the College World Series, right? Yeah. Land alive. What up, bro? Hey, good to see you, man. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah. See, yeah, St. Mary's +3.5. Yeah, St. Mary's +3.5 might be the play. Like, I might be looking at this completely opposite. I don't know. Like, I need you guys' help on it. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. Like, it, it's a parlay piece. Gonzaga is money line, right? But again, they have to win. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that's our list. Let me know what you think. It's an odd list today. Yeah. See, okay, Zach felt yeah, St. Mary's plus 3.5. There you go. Right? Why we do this? You know what I mean? Yeah. I want to see who's gonna play both. Who's gonna roll St. Mary's plus 3.5 and Gonzaga? But yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna fade VTech. See, they like I feel you, bro. Like I do. Like they have every opportunity today, but they also have every opportunity to screw it up, man. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I feel you there. Um, I'm off on the Zags. I feel you. I feel you. Like, that they had a tough time in the first half last night against San Francisco. One more time. A dog. What's good? Good to see you, bro. Here we go. Shopland, go Hokies. Yeah, like that, Virginia Tech can come out and smash them tonight. Like they've got the talent to do it. Whoever plays both these are called 1-800-GAMBLER. Probably so. Let me get these picks up on screen. Keep going. Keep telling me what you think, guys, because there's some risky plays on our list that we have for tonight. Let me get the picks for anybody who dropped in after we had them. Got a lot of slides today. All right. There we go. All right. Wake Forest money line baseball minus 115, and we'll have more at 3 p.m. Eastern this afternoon. We don't have any college baseball totals yet. So we got Wake Forest money line, Oregon money line, and Ole Miss money line together minus 110. Pittsburgh Notre Dame in basketball, over 137.5, and then Florida State basketball minus 2.5. Their head coach, like Leonard Hamilton's retiring after the season. This could be it. They're not going one and done, right? They're going to show up for their guy. At least I think so. Sorry, that was unprofessional drinking on there. But Florida State minus 2.5. Those are our plays. Now, we do have, I won't go through the weather report again, but we do have favorable and questionable hitting conditions for when totals are dropped. TCU, Texas State baseball, very favorable. Oklahoma State, Dallas Baptist, very favorable. Virginia, Maryland, even when playing alternate locations, still very favorable. Questionable. Arizona State, Arizona. Watch the wind and the humidity over there. And then UC Irvine, UCLA, USC, Cal State, Fullerton are both in the same boat. Wind is good. Humidity is phenomenal, best in the country. But you've got storms and rain that are out that way. If it doesn't storm, though, that humidity is going to go up, right? Because it's just a ton of precipitation that is sitting, hovering right above. And yeah, water molecules are thinner than oxygen molecules in the air. That's why when you have a lot of humidity, the ball travels further. It's less drag and resistance on the baseball. So that's what we have now. All right. I think that's it. Oh, we got to get to our stat of the day. I didn't do that yesterday, and that was my fault. Yeah, tell me about it.
Alan, everybody on the team's got to be accountable. That's what losers do. So get together.
Yeah, thanks there, old ball coach. We will get it together. Nobody wants to be a loser today. All right. Here's what we got. Matty boy, this one's for you. 13 straight Maryland baseball games have seen double-digit runs scored. 13 freaking straight. Maryland can score, and they can give them up. So you've got Virginia and Maryland today. Now, Virginia is one of those teams that they can do what their basketball team used to do. Just choke the life out of games, win 5-2, right? Like they've made an institution of doing that. However, they can't hit, and Maryland can hit with anybody. Maryland, their baseball is like their basketball team. They can score with anybody, but their baseball team is going to give up some runs as well. However, it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a really, really good game. A lot of these dudes playing for Virginia, playing for Maryland, a lot of these dudes played against each other in high school, right? played against each other summer leagues, played against each other whatever. Like, they know each other. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a fun one for sure. But, dude, 13 straight Maryland baseball games have seen double-digit runs scored. It's crazy. Ton of runs out there. But we will get the totals today, this afternoon, before 3 p.m. Eastern. I wish we had them in the morning, but the books literally won't give them to us. Yeah, enough on that one. One day, they'll give them to us. They'll fight us straight up. All right, everybody. We'll jump out of here, let you get to work. Don't want to go too terribly long, but we'll be live at 3 p.m. Eastern today. We'll also be live at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight for the crew exclusive. If you want to be a part of that, click in the show description right there. You'll see how to join. It's like $5 for a month, right? See, what is that? 6 cents a day? It's cheap, right? Find that in your little, little pocket thing right there in your car. I don't know what I'm talking about. The pocket thing. I meant to say in the little area where everything just falls right out of your pocket in between the middle console there. Anyways, all right. Appreciate it, everybody. You all are the best. Be live 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you then. Until then, well, we don't really have any games. I was going to say cash those tickets, but we'll think about which other tickets we're going to catch tonight. See you at 3 p.m. Eastern. Peace. Oh, I guess I got to hit the outro. I lost that one too. What an ending. All right. See you at 3 p.m. Eastern. Who's got it better than us? Nobody.